100 here, 3v3, Calderis Refinery blue team. Two Plague Champions, first up Floid, alongside is Patbadger. These guys start off range combat, can get melee weapons, decent offense, defense and utility, can build turrets and repair, but lack mobility. And alongside them, for some more chaos, is Illethor as a chaos sorcerer, offensive and destructive commander, starts off melee combat, has a bunch of spells, and there's the Doom Bolts, his starting spell, going into some guardsmen there. Red team, we have Pibb right here as a Inquisitor, offensive commander with lots of stuns and snares, starts off in melee combat, can get ranged weapons. Angry Bird alongside is a Lord General, ranged combat, has a retinue to help him out, which you can add to throughout the game. Very good defense and support. And rounding out red team, it's Boris as a big angry Warboss, walks through cover, fights melee, great offense, disruption and support from the front lines. Let's go back over to this west side. Here comes Patbadger to support with some Chaos Space Marines. All three Chaos players going for Chaos Space Marines out the gate. And here they are, heavy infantry, fight ranged, decent melee damage for ranged troops. You can give them marks in tier 2 to make them dangerous offensively. Some more Doom Bolts, and the Chaos Sorcerer consumes a Heretic to get all of his energy back. 479, 499. Here comes the Warboss out of nowhere, forced off though by the Plague Champion and some Chaos Space Marines there. Sluggers in retreat. Chaos Space Marines forcing melee and Heretics with a Doom Blast. Lucky to only lose 2 models. You would think they might lose another as they run. Yes, lost 3 models. That was not worth it. 465, 499. Triple gens up there already, and 2 gens up here for the blue team. No generators yet for red. 459, 499. Some Nurgle worship in the background. Patbadger using it to get into cover here. Take some shots at these guardsmen. All of these guys have their sergeants. Multi-last turret is up, and Sentinel trying to take a brunt of the damage, get in for some stomps perhaps later on. No sign of the ground pound upgrade yet though. This is Angry Bird Sentinel. We have no Sentinel from Pibb. Floyd going for some Noise Marines. Patbadger with some Havocs. Illethor also with some Havocs. It's going to be a very nasty combo for the Imperial Guard to deal with, Noise Marines and Havocs on this side. Havoc setting up. There's another Doom Bolts. That thing is so dangerous. Havocs is now targeting the node. Plague Champion has capped mid, backs off. You have double shooters here from Boris. Here comes the Warboss. He's going for the boss pole and the Bang Bang Hammer. Has the Bang 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 up already, and look at the size of this thing. Buffs nearby troops on each hit. And there's the boss pole up now, buffing health and gives you some suppression resistance. Here come Noise Marines though. These are Floids. Looks like we won't see them on the west side. Aspiring Champion Heretics. Warboss trying to type those Noise Marines. Now he's going after the Chaos Space Marines. Can he get a model off those guys? Here come the Heretics. That was a special attack. Sluggers have caught the Plague Champion and a full retreat from Floyd. Or is that a bit of a premature retreat? Patbadger coming in to assist, but Floyd is already gone. Has Eternal War up on his Chaos Space Marines, you can tell by the plus icon and those insignias around their weapons. Heretics getting into the Warboss, but these guys in their default state are very fragile, so they run away. Aiming what's that suppresses the Plague Champion and he flees. And very good engage for Boris, forcing off 2 players in succession. Can he decap some VPs now? Sluggers trying to take down that Plague Champion but can't quite do it. Warboss now retreating. Imperial Guard pushing hard on the west side. Catachan Devils up for Pibb, and they've put down an improvised explosives here. But we do have Heretics with an Aspiring Champion for Illethor and grenade launchers. 45 power spent on these Heretics. The Aspiring Champion able to spot those explosives, so they were taken out. Grenade launchers very good versus clumps of light infantry such as these guardsmen. There is crippling volley though, locking all of this stuff into place. A very powerful tier 1 war gear for the Inquisitor. Decent ranged weapon in its own right as well. Almost took a Havoc model off there I think, but she is forced off. And a full retreat there Angry Bird saving them with a stomp. But can he save his Sentinel? I don't think so. Taken down by those Eternal War CSM and a Plague Champion. Noise Marines were there too. And blue team will take mid back. Boris coming back out of base has some Storm Boys. Power melee jump troops. Not the toughest guys around, but they really hurt, especially if you can get in with his Warboss alongside them, buffer them with the boss pole and that bang bang hammer with sluggers coming in behind and shooters with some fire support. Some dangerous synergy there. Needs to deal with these Noise Marines quickly. It's going to be very delicate though. Can jump the Noise Marines with the Storm Boys, but then you have aspiring champion Heretics waiting around with possible touch of Nurgle coming in. But now they've been forced off. This is a perfect opportunity because Patbadger's Heretics do not have an aspiring champion. Storm Boys trying to jump the Havocs, and they have done. Here come Heretics though, but there's more Havocs waiting. Imperial Guard backing up the Orks. Sluggers need to be very careful. Warboss stopped in his tracks by that suppression, but he turns around and smacks stuff in the face, takes out a Chaos Marine, throws him aside. Two Havocs setting up there. Plague Champion almost going down for Patbadger. Frantic opening, and red team are all coming mid, I think. Is that everyone? That was Hammer of the Witches taken out a Noise Marine. Nicely done by Pibb's Inquisitor. Really interesting commander, the Inquisitor. Don't see her around very often. 456, 427. All reliable grenade launcher from the Catachan Devils, and they retreat without losing a model. 456, 427. Blood Crusher on the way for Patbadger, and Angry Bird going for Stormtroopers. Are we going to see his very annoying Stormtrooper and Sniper Rifle build? He does have a Sergeant Retinue member here. He can dole out some medical packs. Auto Cannon Havoc up for Illethor already. Warboss getting very close to going down. Space Marine trying to force melee. Even if he does go down, the Lord General is right there to revive, but he does get away. And Lord General taking out Chaos Space Marines in melee there. Here is that Auto Cannon. Not a suppression weapon, but good damage to all targets with an area of effect. If you can get two auto cannons up, they can really hurt a ranged blob. We do have assault kit on one of the Stormtroopers, and here come melter guns. Looks like we're going to see the fight harder buff, not fire on my targets. Is it fight harder? It's something like that. What does it say? Fight harder, there we go. So we're interested to see how that plays out. 456, 427. Noise Marines still in their default state with that Sound Blaster, disables range weapons, and some really underestimated area of effect damage as well. Can also shake down buildings. Might see him go for those generators. Floyd's Plague Champion fully kitted out. Plague Sword, 50 DPS power melee weapon that creates zombies. Fetid Armor and Mucus Discharge for Breath of Nurgle Heal. He's only level 1 though, so might struggle to get into melee with this dangerous range force that Angry Bird has on the field already, with plasma guns on both of his guardsmen, assault kit Stormtroopers, and melter gun Lord General with that buff. Flak Jacket alongside to support with some damage resistance as well. It's all kicking off in the east side. Storm Boys jumping in with their Knob Leader, and this guy is mean, stunning those Havocs, and they're lucky to get away there. Noise Marines using their cacophony to shut down the Warboss momentarily. Boris doing fantastically well in this engagement. Sluggers are in a bit of trouble though, but they do force off those Heretics. I thought we were going to see touch of Nurgle there. Plague Champion, absolutely no chance against Storm Boys and Sluggers and that Warboss. Really nice Warboss play, buffing with the Bang Bang Hammer and the boss pole, and he's going to decap Blue's natural. Plague Champion of Patbadger is down, but he's getting revived by Illethor's Chaos Source. We have two Blood Crushers on the field. These are demons with vehicle armor under some worship now, which greatly benefits demons with energy regeneration and health regeneration. Decent damage to all targets, and they are quite swift, but not the toughest vehicles around. 4, 5, 6, 370. A single cap for blue team. Pibb has a heavy weapon squad and it has a las cannon that's going to be very dangerous to those blood crushers. Las cannons do lots of damage to vehicles and they snare them with each hit. Stick bombs for Boris, but they are forced off, not sure why. We do have a Blastmaster up on the Noise Marines as well, turns them into an artillery unit that sets up. You can see them set up here and they're going to move to a more forward position. Blue team need to take their natural back. Red team also taking theirs back. We have Catachan Devils with their sergeant now, who gives them a melter gun, so they become a soft anti-vehicle option. The Rod of Warpfire up on the Chaos Sorcerer, who's already level 3. Both the Plague Champions still level 1. Patbadger has gone for the Plague Fist, and we have Armor of Pestilence. Floid really should have gone for the same thing alongside the Icon of Nurgle, since he's up against so much melee here with the Storm Boys and the Sluggers, not to mention the Warboss. Plague Champion can be such an awesome melee counter with Plague Fist, Icon of Nurgle and Touch of Ordo Heretics. But now he has double stick bombers to deal with as well. Artillery unit that chuck Orky grenades. He's waiting to see a clump of stuff. Might see it chucked on these Havocs. He's gone for Mark of Corn, gives them an autocannon. There go the stick bombs. And it might wipe that squad completely. Almost did. Took out 2 models. We have a Nurgle Shrine going up that will intermittently heal nearby allies. And now it's being worshipped itself. It can reinforce allies. Also suppresses infantry that get close. Really, really useful shrine, as they all are. 450, 348. That's kind of the setup. And there's a Manticore strike on those retreating Chaos Space Marines. Takes out 2 models even if they were retreating. And here is that Manticore, heavy artillery, huge damage and range, but very vulnerable. Kicking off on the east side again. Boris is forced off. Here comes Angry Bird for the assist, but there's a Blastmaster coming in. Ouch. Big knockback and damage to all targets if it can hit. It actually knocks down throughout the length of the travelling. Will knock down allies as well, but it won't damage them unless they are caught in the end blast. Blood Crusher being repaired. Blood Crusher very unique in that it can be repaired and worshipped, since it's a demon with vehicle armor. Noise Marines backing away, yes. Here comes Angry Bird. Can he make this ranged blob work with Blood Crusher running amongst them? Here comes some stun bombs, but they missed. Those things can even stun vehicles. Storm Boys jumping in onto those Havocs. I don't think Floyd has realised that he's going to lose that squad. They're retreating now, taking lots and lots of power melee hits, and down they go. Now they are catching Chaos Space Marines. And he's gone for Mark of Corn. That is a very, very ballsy move. Trying to fight melee Orks head on without a Plague Champion built for it. Really needs that Pestilence Strike and Icon of Nurgle. Center is blue. Losing a natural though. But look at this, the Sluggers being suppressed by the Nurgle Shrine, I think. Still no sign of Touch of Nurgle. How much red does he have? He has enough to use it. It's only 150 red. Heretics being forced off here. Now they are worshipping the shrine so they can reinforce, but it's kicking off mid. Stick bombs flying in their dozens. Both of them backing off now. Blood Crusher in amongst Angry Bird's ranged army, and he retreats most of it. Those were some stun bombs, but they missed. 450, 266, a 2-to-1 cap. Some Nurgle worship this time from Patbadger, and there is Judgment up. The Inferno pistol switching out the crossbow. Good damage to all targets on this gun. Judgment is very nasty if you can get it off as well. And these guys are still here with Judgment up. I think you need to wait 20 seconds and then you can judge the target. There it is. If that stuff was closer, that would have wiped the squad, but because they're worshipping, they are spread out. 450, 248. 2-to-1 cap. Blastmaster shots. Misses. No, hits the Warboss. Level 3. Lord General's level 4. Flat jacket and melter guns. and that Sergeant Retinue member. We have a level 2 Inquisitor. Plague Champions are still both level 1. The good thing about Icon of Nurgle and the Bile Spear as well is that because it's hitting everything in an area of effect, it levels your Plague Champion very, very quickly. Here comes double Mark of Pawn Chaos Space Marines. But stick bombs give them left and right. Good grief. Angry Bird backing off again. Incoming is up. You can tell by the blue buff beneath their feet. Fight Harder is also up. Lord General can be a very, very energy intensive commander. Can get tons and tons of abilities if he gets a bunch of retinue members. Some Nurgle worship here on that shrine. Havocs. And there's Dark Flames. Havoc suppressing that blob, mixed with Dark Flames and the Doom Bolts. That was absolutely devastating for Angry Bird. But he didn't lose a squad, and Guardsmen reinforced so cheaply and quickly. That's not too much of a big deal. There is a Noxious Cloud though, and Boris notices it too late and loses both of his shooter boys. Ouch. Did not have their Knob Leader, I don't think, which is why they went down there quite quickly. That was a Melter Bomb. Do we have Melter Bomb Stormtroopers? We do. Anti-armor kit gives them Melter Guns, a Melter Bomb, and allows them to infiltrate. They are a fantastic anti-vehicle unit. Storm Boys going after the Blood Crusher, and the Knob Leader has melee heavy, so that thing didn't last very long. 450, 180, both of the Blood Crushers down. Red team looking pretty good here. The Inquisitor trying to cap mid, but she runs away. Might see her get her mandate. 450, 180 is a 1-to-1 cap. Blue team with a sizable VP lead, but red team with a unit advantage here. There is a Manticore Strike. Misses everything. Seemed to knock down the Chaos Sorcerer, but he's alright. Level 4. Level 2 Plague Champion for Patbadger. And Floid is also level 2, taking tons of damage from Angry Bird's ranged army. Good grief. Almost took him down, and he healed himself as well. Chaos Sorcerer lasts a few seconds. Look at this firepower. Is that a Creeping Barrage? Yes. Does not knock down the Plague Champion though, because he has Armor of Pestilence. That was a Blastmaster shot. And they're going to eat another one here. Or not. Retreats. And here is a Bane Blade from Angry Bird Super Unit for Imperial Guard. Super heavy tank with 2 las cannons, 2 or 3 heavy bolters, and Demolisher cannon, and a huge main battle cannon as well. Storm Boys in the background there, forcing off Noise Marines. Boris really pushing hard against this VP. We have double Mark of Pawn CSM, and these guys are a very competent melee unit with power melee weapons. Decent mobility as well. Compared to Storm Boys, they are quite quick. And taking down units in retreat there. Storm Boys get away with 3 models. These guys level 2. The Mark of Pawn CSM are also level 2. One of them level 1. Here come Stick Bombers, who actually fight in melee and have decent melee skill, I've noticed, since they knock down quite a lot. And are they going to wipe those Chaos Space Marines? They do. Good grief. Stick Bombers winning in a fight against Chaos Space Marines there. Those guys just too low on health to hang with them. 412, 167. Stick Bombs miss in retreat. There's the 2-to-1 for red. Great unclean one on the field. There is Foul Snare. Inquisitor trying to retreat the hell out of there. Super unit for Chaos. Hugely tough. Over 6,000 hit points of super heavy infantry armor. It is being snared by that las cannon though. There's a Manticore Strike as well. This guy is fearsome in melee. Constant area of effect damage around him. Nasty abilities as well. Boris and Angry Bird pushing Blue's natural very, very hard here. 387, 167. Blue team very much on the back foot. Floyd has a great unclean one of his own though. Double looted tanks for Boris. Some nice fire support for his melee army alongside those stick bombers. Level 2 and level 2 stick bombers. Walkie tanks. This one has reinforced plating. all round pretty decent tanks, I think. Can also disrupt with the boom shot. Great and Clean One chasing all of these guardsmen, and here we see the area of effect damage pulsing on them, causing them to retreat. 3, 4, 6, 1, 6, 7, still a 2-to-1 threat. Can they hang on here against 2 Great and Clean Ones and some Chaos Terminators now from Patbadger? Super heavy infantry that demoralize enemies when they kill. Teleporting into the Baneblade for some power fist hits. Might see them get their autocannon for some long range fire support. Heretics chasing a Leman Russ. I don't think they want to do that. They're going to try and decap now. Plague Fist, Plague Champion chasing alongside a Marco Zinchkas Predator, and down goes the Leman Russ. Baneblade looks like it will get away though. And those Terminators taking tons of damage, and here comes Storm Boys. And all of those power melee attacks going in are gonna rip those Terminators to pieces. Look at this damage. Cannot retreat, of course, so they are stuck. Already used their teleport trying to chase the Baneblade, and they are taken out quick time. That was Aura of Decay from Armor of Pestilence for that knockback. Really useful ability to get the Plague Champion out of trouble. 330, 135. It's a double cap for blue, but they did lose a lot there. Patbadger only has Havocs and a Marco Zinchkas Predator. Still have double Great and Clean Ones though. Illethors need some help. His Heretics needs to come and worship him. It is a demon, but look at this damage from Angry Bird again. And 2 looted tanks coming in. Floid might lose his Great and Clean One here. He's trying to get him back to base to heal up. Warboss with the Power Claw now and heavy armor. Over 2,000 hit points at level 4 with a 95 DPS heavy melee weapon. This guy is so scary in melee now. Still has the boss pole. No sign of the trophy rack. You don't see it very often in the trophy rack. 330, 103, 2-to-1 cap for blue. They're still holding on despite losing so much. Red team need to take their natural back. Illethor putting a lot of pressure on it. Still have these anti-armor kit stormtroopers around level 2. Pibb is struggling to make headway here. Still has this Manticore, and that will be dangerous at such short range. You have very little warning. And Demon Armor is up. Another war gear you don't see very often. But look at the Manticore coming in. It's not going to save you from that. Forces off Illethor. Can he cap the natural back? Let's go back mid. Baneblade is still here. Blue team have no answer for it. Plague Champion does around 70 DPS heavy melee with his Plague Fist. Does get that awesome Pestilence Strike which you saw there, but he's forced to retreat. There's too much stuff for him to deal with. And Lord General has switched to his sniper rifle. This guy is level 8. And fire on my target is so powerful with double assault kit stormtroopers. These guys level 3, not to mention the level 3 guardsmen packing plasma guns. 309, 87, double cap for red, and they might get a triple because they're taking a natural back. What was that? Creeping Barrage. Knocking the Chaos Space Marines off of the cap. Actually does very decent damage if you get a direct hit. Takes out a Chaos Space Marine there. Floyd with 60 red needed for a nuke. Illethor needs 80. 270, 87. There is the triple cap. Floyd has been dealing with 2 armies for quite a while. Patbadger hasn't been able to support because he's lost so much stuff. He's floating tons of resources though. Look at this. What is he waiting for? Is he waiting for another Great and Clean One? I think he is. It's not going to help though. So much range firepower that the big fella can't really help that much. Warboss going after him with that Power Claw now. And heavy armor, level 5. 1945 hit points. 216, and he's gone for the trophy rack. 216, 87, which is why it has less health. Now we have a Marco Zinch Havoc setting up. Not going to do much to all that infantry though. And Floyd, ouch, 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 loses his Chaos Space Marines to that Orks. Great and Clean One taking lots of damage. Stormboys jumping in. What level are these guys now? Level 3 Stormboys. There is Cloud of Flies. And Stormboys run away. Still has 2 looted tanks. Still has his sluggers. But no burners are up on these guys. Great and Clean One taking absolutely stonking amounts of damage. But does get away. 180, 87. This is the red team to lose now. I can't see blue team coming back unless they get a big nuke or something. Illethor has gone for some Chaos Terminators, already has the autocannon up, but Judgment is up on these guys. Can we see it go off, please? Can we see it go off twice in one match? That would be amazing. 154.87. Plague Champion taken down in retreat. Is he? No, gets away. There is the Judgment, takes down a Chaos Terminator as well. Awesome. Might lose his Inquisitor though. There's a Hellfire Strike. Hell Fury Strike, sorry. Backs off the double Heretics that Illethor has. Lots of resources spent on these guys. Both of them have Sparring Champions and Grenades. Illethor has preserved his Great and Clean One, as has Floid. 123, 87. Blue team are getting a natural back, as they are. But it's going to be a 2-to-1. Neiman Russ. And here's a second Baneblade. This is all over the blue team. No way they're going to hold against this now. Baneblade mid, Baneblade on their natural. Not to mention a Neiman Russ and Manticore. Those double Stormtroopers. One of them's level 4 now. Level 9 Lord General. Kurgatos up for Pibb. Level 6 Warboss with Trophy Rack. Great and Clean One going after this tank, needs to back away. These stun bombs not stunning the Great and Clean One. I'm not sure if they were not close enough. And we have 3 Great and Clean Ones. Patbadger has one now. Icon of Nurgle up finally on this Plague Champion. Really hasn't put enough pressure on Boris's melee army, the 2 Plague Champions. I haven't seen Touch of Nurgle once. And Floyd's Plague Champion is still only level 2. That tells the story about how ineffective his hero's been. Great and Clean One getting right into base. Takes down a looted tank, 44.87. A hollow victory, I think. Because Angry Bird is pushing all the way up with his Baneblade with Pibb alongside. 38.87 is going to be a win for red. Great and Clean One does live. Chaos Terminators live and teleport out. Now it is hitting power. 31.87. Plague Champion trying to come mid. He can start the cap, then use Pestilent Strike. There we go. Can he finish the cap with Pestilent Strike? Double grenades from the assault kit. But that Pestilent Strike gives you such awesome range damage resistance. And he decaps for a 1-to-1. 22.87. And now retreats. Here comes Floyd. And he's changing his loadout a bit too late. And there's an Abyss. I think that was from Floyd, yes. Good damage to those guards when they don't lose a squad. And that's pretty much what you need to do. Because they reinforce so easily. There is Dark Flames. Huge battle in the mid to end the game. 22.87. And blue team take the mid for a 2-to-1. Look at this. Plague Champion of Floyd is going to die if he's not careful. Level 3 does get away. There's a weird way up now for Boris. Great and Clean One. I'm amazed all 3 of these guys are still around. This is Patbadger's going to get rear armor hits on this Baneblade. Pibb needs to move. Here come autocannon Chaos Terminators as well. Going to lose his Baneblade perhaps. Judgment is up on the Great and Clean One. What is the Inquisitor doing? She's trying to tie up those Terminators. There is Purgatus. Stuns the Terminators, but then she's flung around by a foul snare. Baneblade is going to go down here. Down it goes. 22.39. Angry Birds is still up though. And he's trying to cap mid. Down goes the Great and Clean One. This guy will explode on death, healing allies and damaging enemies, but nobody is nearby to benefit or not from it. See another Great and Clean One in the background there. And here is yet another one. I wonder if they heal each other with their explosion. This guy is getting pretty low. This is Floyd's 22, 24. Very, very close. Blue team have done an amazing job to hold on. Patbadger now has some more Terminators. You remember he's lost his first Terminator squad to Stormboys. 22, 24. 2 Plague Fist, Plague Champions, both of them with Armor of Pestilence. Floyd's with Mucus Discharge. Patbadger's with Icon of Nurgle. And there is a rocket run, I think, from Angry Bird. Knocks them off the cap if nothing else. Terminator's teleporting in to cap, are they? No, they ran out of time. There's the double cap for red. They had Blue's Natural and Center, and look at the stuff that was Center. What an awesome game. Crazy action, both sides. Patbadger struggling a little bit, I think, and couldn't support Floyd, who got doubled quite a lot. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.